Welcome to BitBoy Crypto, the largest and greatest crypto community in all the interwebs. My name is Ben. Every day on this channel, thank God every day on this channel, I show you how to make money in crypto. If you like money in crypto, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Today, it's actually a very important day. I'll tell you why here in a few moments. But today is Thursday, July 29th, 2021. Guys, I gotta say, there's a whole thread on Reddit. You guys want to know how clueless the Reddit people are. They think they're real smart. There's a whole Reddit thread about why YouTube banned my channel permanently. I'll never be getting it back, even though they said it was a mistake. Apparently on Reddit, they've got it all figured out. Biggest bozos on the internet that live in their mom's basement are on crypto Twitter and Reddit. Guys, we are back. Now, look, let me tell you what happened, okay? Last night, almost exactly 11 o'clock, I think it was, 10:59, I got an email from YouTube saying that my channel had been permanently deleted. Now look, okay? I've been watching Big Brother. Have you guys seen Big Brother? I love this show.
Great show.
A great show. I don't want to give away too many spoilers, okay? But tonight, a guy's getting voted out. He has no clue he's getting voted out. He feels like he's 100% safe, and all of his friends, they all turned on him completely. And I say all that because when I saw my channel got taken, it reminded me of something that he said on the show last night. He's like, I'm totally safe. I've got the numbers. That's how I felt last night. Like, look, guys, I knew it was a mistake. I was very confident that we were getting the channel back. Maybe too confident. I go to Twitter, and I put out what had happened. You guys can see the tweet. It went absolutely viral last night. Let's see. This was posted at 12 hours ago. 12,000 likes and 7,000 retweets and 3,000 comments on this. This was what they said. You can go ahead and move the rundown. What they said they had done to my channel, and the outcry and the outpouring of everybody on Twitter was absolutely phenomenal. And I think it really just goes to prove how strong our community is and how strong, look, we argue with people a lot. There are certainly people that we disagree with that are in the crypto community for sure. You're either hot or cold on me. You either love this channel, you love what we represent, or, you're a hippie and you hate it, okay? But the fact is that when things like this happen and censorship runs rampant, whether it was a mistake or not, it still happened. We all come together and we all rally together, and we remember, like, we're not actually each other's enemy. We're all on the same side. It's the censorship. It's the centralization. It's the banks that we are fighting against, and we will continue to do that. Somebody made a comment that maybe it was just yesterday or the day before. I predicted I would get deplatformed one day. It probably will happen at some point. But, it didn't happen last night. So about 11 o'clock, I got the email. I put in the appeal, and I went to Twitter. There were already people talking about it on Twitter. And so about 12:30, I woke up with I used to have the ByBit sweats. Now I have the YouTube sweats. So I woke up and I checked my email and saw that they had said they were, reinstating it. But there's some important lessons here that you guys should take from this. Number one, make sure you are following us on Twitter so you get the latest information. 467.9 thousand followers there. Make sure you click on our contest link, because this isn't just about a contest, guys. This is about being able to follow us on all of our major platforms. That way, if something does happen, Nick Lucero says big love here. Appreciate that super chat, Nick. But that way, if something does happen, you have all these different access points to us. So obviously, we put an article out about this last night on the channel, what happened, to let everybody know. But the update is we did get the channel back, because you're seeing it right now. But I want to take this time, I'll do something a little bit different than I've done before on the channel. Haven't really talked about this a ton. I know I make a lot of allusions. That son of a snitch. Make a lot of allusions to my previous life, things I did before. But today's a very special day. So you guys maybe have heard me talk about my sobriety. I don't drink. I don't use drugs. Don't do anything like that. I've been sober now. You might have heard me say 15 years. It's not exactly true. I just generalize because it's getting a lot of years now. But I've actually been sober today for 14 years now. So 14 years ago, on July 29th, 2007, I had been, I was a meth user, a heavy meth user for 7 years, every day. did every single thing on top of it that you could possibly do. And so I think that it's kind of cool that today I got my channel back. It's like a rebirth, but really that day was a rebirth of my whole life. A lot of people say, what's the most important day of your life? And I say it's either the day of my overdose or the day that I went into rehab shortly thereafter. So what happened is I've been up for several days. It was just a normal thing for me. I was up about 4 days at the time, meth, coke, weed, and 7 hits of acid. And that was on top. That was the last thing. That was the clincher. And I went into, I just went crazy. I went absolutely insane. And I fought a bunch of police officers. I broke a cop's arm. I beat up a hotel manager. And I was running into moving vehicles on Stone Mountain Boulevard in Decatur, Georgia. I was trying to kill myself. And after the third vehicle, a cop pulled up on the scene. And I jumped up and I ran and I attacked him. And then I fought cops, like I said, for about 20 minutes. They finally sat on top of me and put handcuffs on me and shoved me down into the pavement. And at that point, I just decided I was going to give up my life. And I just started breathing real slow and just gave it all up. And I thought it was over for me. I thought I was dying. I thought I was dead. And I woke up. Now, I've never shared this before publicly, but there was a time, I don't know if I actually died. DeKalb County had all of my medical records, or maybe DeKalb County had all my medical records. So I don't know if I died. I don't know what happened, but there was a period of that time when I feel like I went to hell. I know it sounds crazy. But there was an image that I was given during this time, and the image was a white dog that was chasing his tail. It just kept chasing his tail and chasing his tail and chasing his tail, and then the dog caught its own tail, and the force from the dog catching its own tail, it caused the dog's neck to break and fell over dead. And I immediately understood that was the whole life that I was living at that time. I was chasing after things that I couldn't fill myself with. I was chasing voids that I had from my childhood, or other things that I went through. And I chased after everything to try to fill that stuff. And so when I woke up in the hospital bed 3 days later with a breathing tube down my throat, I looked out the window and I saw the sun coming up. And what I said at that point was, thank God. Thank you, God, for saving me, because I knew that I should have been dead. And I decided that moment I was going to change my life, and I went into rehab in 2007. I was in rehab at a place called No Longer Bound in Cumming, Georgia. I was there for 2 years, did 1 year in the program, and then 1 year as an intern, and then I went on to help kids in another program called 3-Dimensional Life for many years after that. And it's something I'm really passionate about, is helping people. And this was the turning event of my entire life. Like, look, it was great when I got married. It was great when I had kids later on. Great when I graduated college. Great when we hit 1 million subscribers. But without all of those events that day on July 29, 2007, nothing, I wouldn't have any of this. I wouldn't have any of those other things. So I changed my life. I've been sober ever since. And, I know there's a lot of people that struggle with addiction. And I've got a large platform. And I don't share this probably enough, as much as I should. But I think on a day like today, where we've had the rebirth, the YouTube rebirth this morning, that was a rebirthing of my entire life. And for anybody out there that is struggling with that stuff, you got to know it's a mind trick. Like, you think that to live a sober life is a sacrifice. That's the way you feel when you're trapped in that mindset and that lifestyle. You think you have to sacrifice happiness, like you got to give up your drug. But the truth is, it's way better on the other side. And if you need help doing that, there's plenty of places out there that can help you. So I just really, feel like God laid it on my heart to share that message with people today, and just know I understand it. Crypto Ric Flair says, bro, I can so relate. He's been 7 years sober, so congratulations on that. But just wanted to share that with you guys before we really get into the video today. And just today's a big day for me in my life. And, thank you for sharing that with me. So, and you guys are a big part of that, right? The BitSquad, am I right? You guys are the support. So, Risky Johnny says, that's amazing. Proud of you, 5 years himself. So, awesome. All right, well, let's go ahead and jump into the markets. That's why people came here. They came here for the crypto, right? Look at this market cap. We're at $1.552 trillion. Paul Frederick says, respect the name. The 24-hour volume is down a little bit. We're back under $100 billion at 78 billion. We were over 100 for a few days in a row there. Bitcoin dominance still going up 48.2%. TJ, how are you feeling about the Bitcoin dominance right now?
In regard, like, the fact that it's ticking up?
I mean, because the London hard fork is coming, it makes me feel like it's going to go back down. but it doesn't seem like it ever got upward momentum again. Like it was at 39,
Right.
but 48 is about the highest we've seen it since then.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you about the London hard fork. I think it is about to start heading back down. Like if it didn't get quite up to 50, which I think we both kind of thought it would get up to 50, maybe tick above it with this little run up here before alt started going crazy. But I think this time we'll see some bullish momentum for Bitcoin, but we'll also see a lot of the alts moving simultaneously at the same time.
Yeah.
It won't be as like in the past, we almost always see Bitcoin move, settle, alts catch up. Bitcoin move, settle, alts catch up. I think since we're going to have such a shortened end of this bull run, like we were talking about the other day, we've got maybe 2 months, 3 months if you're counting the alts. We'll see some very volatile moves for both simultaneously. So Bitcoin will be moving up, but I think alts will be moving up faster, and we'll see that dominance drop.
It's just so interesting because I thought we would see it go up. Now, here's a question. Do you feel like, because I don't know which side of this I fall on, do you feel like because dominance never got back over 50% and it only went up about 10% from the low at 39 for this cycle, do you think that means it will drop much further than it would have if it did have a rubber band on the way back up and it got back up to 55 or something like that?
No, I think the prices just aren't going to be as big as if it played out the way we thought and it had gotten on all the way up to like 55, I think we would be pushing more the 225s, the 250s, 300s, 320s for Bitcoin, which I don't think we're going to hit at this point.
That's a good point.
So I think the dominance is still going to play out more or less the way we think it was gonna from the beginning, but the prices just aren't going to be quite as high. But we're going to get there faster, if that makes sense.
It's so interesting watching these Bitcoin dominance numbers, and the Ethereum dominance is dropping a little bit. I feel like that's a tsunami that's getting sucking back out before it really blasts off. I think there's a really strong chance that after we see, and if you think of the dominance, the Bitcoin versus Ethereum dominance levels, I mean, it's a good, like a little shortcut, a little cheat to look at, Bitcoin versus Ethereum, because if those numbers are exactly the same, that means the market cap would be exactly the same. It'd be half the crypto market split between the two, so that would be an even number. So something I would look for is, can Ethereum get up close to 30%? That would be nuts. That would be really nuts. But I mean, what was it down to? 7, I think. I can't remember what it got down to. It was very low at one point. I know well below 11, 12, 11 during this cycle. So if we were to see Ethereum go up to about 30%, we were to see Bitcoin dominance go down to about 30%. That would be some interesting, fascinating stuff to watch. So I think that's something we do have to keep an eye on. So Bitcoin coming in 39.9. It's been hovering right around 40. It feels like it's pretty strong right here. A lot of people are asking about my source for the Hinman deposition. He told me right now it's sealed, but he's very persistent. So we'll see what kind of info. Let me double check and see if maybe something was said. I don't think anything was said, but I want to do you guys your due diligence here, because that would be really cool to break if I could get some news on that. Yeah. So, I mean, look, it's behind closed doors, SEC deposition, so we'll see what we can do. He did not have information on that, so said he would try. Binance Coin at 314, XRP back up to 70 cents. They did get, I think, back down to about 65 cents yesterday. Still up 20% for the week. Biggest gainers over the last 24 hours. I told you guys Thorchain would be back. Look, this is something you guys have to understand, okay? Is that when it comes to projects that have kind of big tumbles, and there's a fundamental reason why, like a hack or something like that, we're not talking about the Bondly hack where it's 95% rug pulled or whatever. We're talking about it dropped 25% because there's something wrong with the chain. Those are usually great opportunities to get in for really quick returns. And we're seeing that with Thorchain right now. It's up 40%, up 26% for the last week. Even though over the last week there was another exploit earlier in the week, it's still up 26%. Quant, this is one we're really starting to focus on. We're really looking at. AMP up 15%. It's up almost 87% for the week. Phenomenal. Phantom making a little bit of a comeback here. The Graph, Engine Coin. So we got some cool stuff going on the markets over here. And I did want to mention, you guys know the gas fees right now. They are 16.5 Paraguays right now. All right, well, let's move to AMA.
Yeah, guys, hit us with your questions. Also, we have about 9,200 watching right now, 2,200 likes. What's the like goal, Ben?
We need to make sure that we check it before we get off the stream too.
Yeah.
I mean, we should be able to get 6,000 easy today, I believe.
Yeah, easy.
Maybe
So the questions are starting to roll in. Here's one from Reckless on Twitch. Ben TJ, do you still hold AMP and Algo short-term, long-term hold?
Yeah, so we do have both. Algo was one we had actually capitulated during the altcoin capitulation on Memorial Day, but we bought back in. I bought $100,000 the other day. I don't know what that's at right now. Now, we had about $50,000 worth of AMP that I don't know what the status of that was before this pump. I think we bought it when things were good, so it had dropped some for sure. But I bought $100,000 worth of AMP on Sunday, and it's up almost 100% already from there. Now, someone said to me, they said, well, what are you going to do? You're going to take those profits out? I need to make about $200,000 or $300,000 on a $100,000 investment before I even think about taking profits out. So I did not look at that as a short-term thing. I believe the information that was given to me about AMP and Amazon, and so I look at it like that's a long-term play to get in at that price point. It's proven great in the short term, but over the long term and the rest of this bull run, I think it's going to continue to rise.
Okay, perfect. We're getting a lot of like price prediction questions. Like Radu Constant on YouTube said Eagle price prediction. I know you probably don't have a specific number, but just general thoughts on Eagle.
Yeah, well, Eagle, we had it as our #1 pick for next year, and look, it's very important. I meant to say this in the video and we forgot. Look, when we say a top coin for next year, that doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to have a return next year. Okay. Unless you wait until after the bear market begins at the end of this year and you get a good entry price, then you could be in for some good stuff. We're looking at Elron to have a Solana rise through CoinMarketCap. So, look, with a lot of these coins, you're going to want to sell at the top in about 3 months or so. Not financial advice, of course, but that's what we're going to be doing for a lot of coins. And then looking for better entries as we head into the bear market. Elron is one next year that we are looking at, getting up inside the top 10 probably.
This is a fun one. Colton Dunn on YouTube. If you took 10 shots, how many threes would you hit out of 10?
Easily 2. Easily 2. 3 would be pretty generous. Look, I've gone through streaks where I could probably hit 7, 8, 9 out of 10. I'm like, God, who's a guy that's just real streaky in the NBA with shooting threes? Like, I'm real streaky. Like, I can either swish.
Like J.R. Smith used to be?
Yes. A lot like J.R. Smith. I can have a game where I can go out and shoot 0 for 13 on threes, or I could have one where I could go and I could shoot, 11 to 12.
Yeah.
So I'm decent at 3 points. I don't have a great basketball shot form. I'm much more, digging down low and posting somebody up and getting over. And I'm known for a lot of my finger rolls. I got great layups. And this is a known fact. A lot of people know this. Okay. I am #1 in the world for being able to hang in the air the longest with a 3-inch vertical. I can just hover across. So
yeah, you're just good at levitating. That's cool. So we're getting a lot of questions about cake. Ready Player One, I don't know if this was YouTube, I think it was Twitch, said, Ben, can you make a new video about cake? We had a couple people asking for price predictions on cake.
Did we just put one out?
I think we did one not long ago.
No, we have one in the docket right now.
Oh,
so we have one about the top 4 farming pairs on PancakeSwap. So we will have one coming up for sure.
And then the last one was if we stake our cake, which we probably aren't right now.
No, we're not. Well, yeah. Actually, I do have some cake stake. Not very much.
There you go. Wrong button. Damon Carey, when do you pick up the Lambo?
Oh God, can we show it?
Yeah, pull it up.
See if I can show it. I may have to walk up there.
Well, worst case, you could pull it up on the website.
Yeah. Well, maybe I can airdrop it to myself. So it just hit yesterday. It hit the store. They got it out of the case or whatever. I don't know what it comes in, off the truck, whatever. Let's see here. Ben's iMac. I think that's it. Yeah, there it is. Okay. Accept. Okay. Open in photos. Let's see if we can pull this thing up here. Is photos even open here? No. Let me do that again. I like to do it in the downloads. Now let me send the other one too. So what we got the first real pictures of it. Now I thought it was 30 days after we get it, but it's actually after it hits the store, it's 90 days before we can get it. So we're looking at 3 months still. I'm very bummed about that. Very, very bummed about that.
While you're looking, another question from Twitch: is there a rumor about the ETH London upgrade being delayed? Have you heard anything about that?
I haven't heard anything like that. But I think if it does get delayed, it's going to be very small delay. It's not going to be long.
Yeah.
So here is the interior of it. It's black and yellow. You guys can see how freaking slick that is. Dude, what is up with the door there? Is the door silver?
I don't know.
It can't. It's black.
You mean the outside? Yeah. I think it's just a weird reflection. Probably a flash.
I think you're right.
Because it is.
You're probably right.
Black.
And then here's the outside of it. So here it is right here. Look at that thing. Look at that
so mean.
Look at that thing.
Can't wait.
Look at, you know what I like? I like the Italian STO on it. So pretty cool stuff. Real excited to be getting this thing here pretty soon. So
that's it for crypto. Moons
and
Lambos.
I mean, what do you do after that?
Yeah.
I told you. I mean, I know I just talked about what the cornerstone of my life is, but this is the peak of life, right?
Yeah.
Getting a Lambo.
Started from the bottom. Now we're here.
Yeah. I mean, that's absolutely true. I mean, I was late on car payments a few years ago. Now I'm buying a Lambo cash. So.
Okay. Next question. When do you think it would be good to start leverage trading again?
I think now's a decent time. I do think now's a decent time. Let's put on the docket later today to get everything shored up with FTX. I got all my documentation done with them.
Okay.
So we can start maybe. I think we're going to move leverage trading to FTX. It's a little bit safer, more regulated. Not to throw shade on any of those other ones, but that we like. Look, I love the people at ByBit. Love the people at FEMEX. But we're going to look for something that's a little more long term for us, where we're not going to be constantly having to go through, KYC requirements. You need it, you don't need it. Use VPNs, whatever. We're looking for something that's a better fit for us. So we think FTX will be the one. I love bulls in my face.
The graph price target.
That's another one I don't have a price target for, but offhand. But we love the graph. It's one of our biggest holdings. So.
Okay, last question. If you had all your money tied up in Bitcoin, would you sell some now and buy XRP or wait for BTC to top out?
Upside with XRP is way higher than Bitcoin right now, percentage-wise. Not even close. So, I wouldn't sell all of it, but let's say you had 5 Bitcoin, maybe one of them, and go ahead and get that early move into XRP.
And yeah, Crypto Rick Flair made a good point here. If you guys are looking for price predictions, check the video we posted yesterday with predictions for ADA, BNB, Link, VET, DOT, XRP, and ETH.
Yeah.
All right. Charts.
Okay. Charts. Let's do it. Let's look at Bitcoin here, see what we got going on here. What is this? Oh, before we get into that, we got to talk about a Korea network. This is a little sponsored section of the video here. This crypto project was just featured on CNBC and won the German Innovation Award. Germany, kind of a hotspot for crypto. There are a few other projects like ByDao that came from there. Korea is the first crypto project to win the German Innovation Award by the German government. Isn't that crazy? It's like a tweet on Twitter. Korea has been featured by CNBC for their novel staking protocol that allows to stake coins like Doge, XRP, ADA, and Bitcoin. Korea is a multi-chain, and there are currently prototypes for Ethereum, BSC, Polkadot, and Cardano. So what is it? Well, one of the most pressing issues when developing smart contracts is a lack of real-world data. Due to technical limitations such as the consensus protocol, no blockchain has been able to solve this major limitation. Part of the, some of the dilemmas that we face in crypto. It aims to solve this problem with the help of Oracle nodes. And I think if you notice, one of those projects that MasterCard is pumping is an Oracle's project, Super Oracles, I think it's called. An important advantage of the Korea network compared to common solutions like Chainlink is a complete lack of middleman, making it truly decentralized. A little bit about the award that they won. It's granted directly by the German government. Usually companies like SAP or BMW win this prestigious award. This year, Korea won the award for their innovative design to solve the Oracle problem. CEO Dominic Ernst presented the prototype and the source code to the jury and was able to become the first crypto founder awarded the German Innovation Award. So, cool stuff. Potential, market cap, things like that. I would just suggest you guys go check out a Korea Network. Not financial advice, of course, by any stretch of the imagination, but we do thank Korea Network for sponsoring this segment of the video. All right, here we go. Let's look at the charts. Now, I was actually looking at something extremely fascinating today. I think it was me and Elron maybe talking about it. Can't remember who I was talking about it with. Maybe Frank. Guys, check this out. So when you look here at the chart, number one, I want you guys to look at this money flow at the bottom. Look at this. You want something really bullish? Look there. Money flow on the daily about to hit the green in the next 2 days for the first time since May 11th. So absolutely phenomenal. That's something real quick on the charts that you guys can see. But the other thing is we are in danger today of, and look, the day's still early. We are in danger today of having the first red candle, not confirmed yet, in the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 days. 9 days. We've had 8 consecutive days of green. Now, what's really interesting, why I bring all this up? Now, look, we may get another day of green. It's certainly possible we get another day of green here, okay? But what's really interesting is this is the longest consecutive streak of green days in this entire bull run. There will always be a breather day in the middle. I think several of them maybe had 5 or 6. Some have 5 or 6. Somebody asked about Anchor Protocol. I honestly don't know. I don't know much about Anchor Protocol. We've never covered it. So that is not one I actually have. I don't even have enough to BS you about it. I know nothing about it. So is that ANKR? It's on Coinbase, I believe. I think it's the same one. But the funny thing is, not only is it the longest streak of green days in a row we've had this entire bull run, it's actually the longest streak, period, in this bull run. We haven't had that many red days or green days. So what we're seeing over the last week is actually unprecedented in this bull run. And that shouldn't surprise you at all, because what did I tell you was going on back here? If we go back and we look, what I tell you guys was going on right here? Manipulation to the downside, right? What did I tell you was coming in mid-July? Manipulation to the upside. We're seeing things in the charts that are not natural. And if I were a betting man, if I were a betting man, I think that we will end up, it's very thin today. The open is $40,008. We're only $70 away from a green day. It's very possible we go 9 consecutive green days in a row. I think the next 2 months are going to be filled with green days. I mean, like 80% green days probably. So you guys get ready. It's coming.
There's a lot of Green Day jokes in the chat.
Really? Well,
yeah.
You know what I got to say? Just wake me up when September ends.
There you go.
You know what I mean?
Perfect.
Let's get that money. Let's get that money.
They knew.
Yeah. Green Day. Are you a Green Day fan? Were you a Green Day fan when you were younger?
Not. I wouldn't. I like some of their songs. I didn't love them or hate them. I didn't have strong feelings one way or the other.
They were really like, I was in middle school when they really came out. So that was like, everybody loved Green Day. I'm not a big fan of potty humor. Mm-hmm. And their big album was called Dookie. That really turned me off from them from the very beginning. So they have some okay songs. Who knows? Maybe I'm related to one of the guys. I think his name's Billy Joel Armstrong, I think. So, always recognize those people with your last name. No, Anchor is not Anchor Protocol. I'll post later. Okay. Well, thanks for clearing that up. Apparently, I know nothing. And now for Ethereum, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We are on 9 green days in a row for Ethereum. I would think, though, probably there was another run-up similar to that. Let's see. Here we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have had another streak of 9 days for Ethereum before. So
somebody said they just came to Tulsa, meaning Green Day, and the show was off the J Chains.
Oh, we love Oklahoma. Yeah. Here's the stock to flow deflection. And look at this. What's this joke?
I was a freshman in college when Green Day came out. This guy's older.
Wow, I like B equals cup.
When you were talking about being in middle school, I was like, wow, I guess I was just like,
you were a baby.
I was a baby. But I didn't start listening to Green Day until
I'm
was
only
probably-
you're 32, right?
Correct.
So I'm like 5.5 years older than you.
I thought you were 38.
Maybe I'm 6.5 years old. Yeah, because I'll be 39. So I'm 6.5 years older
Yeah.
than you. But the funny thing is, that 6.5 years
It's pretty big.
in the school age is
Yeah.
gigantic.
Right.
Like really massive.
Like, it's not that big of a deal now.
Yeah.
But, like, generationally, like, the stuff you were into in middle school and I was into middle school, it is very different.
Yeah, 100%. So you were like Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't as into it, but that was blowing up when
Yeah.
I was in
That
middle
stuff
school.
was when I was too old to watch cartoons when that stuff started hitting out.
Yeah. Dragon Ball Z.
Yep. Dragon Ball Z, Gargoyles.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're watching the stock to flow deflection. It has ticked up severely here, but we're still showing a long ways away from getting back to 1-to-1. Then on the Newpol, look at this! Look at this! Oh! Back in the green, baby!
Let's
Back
go.
in the green! Look at this. Let me screenshot this so I can play with it a little bit.
We're out of Brown Town.
Golly, I hate, taking Browntown was taking us to Pound Town over here. Obviously, it was not doing well for us. You guys can see here that we have now peaked back into the green. Now, this is a very pivotal point because we had peaked back into the green a little bit when we were approaching $39,000 a few weeks ago. Okay. Yeah, I know it's dark. I'm very, very sorry. I don't know why they chose brown for this. I mean, anyways, point is that we had gone all the way down here to this level, and then I want to draw a nose now. There,
Perfect.
Okay, perfect. But this is great news. I mean, we've got to get this up now. If you don't know what the Newpol is, this is that unrealized profit of wallets that hold Bitcoin. Now, when you go to the all-time data, what you'll see is every time we've had a peak of the market, we've gotten into the blue range here, okay? Blue range, we had two peaks in 2013, 2014, 2018. We peaked up here, or 2017 technically in December. And you can see we did not peak up into it. And so people were starting to think like, is this really an indicator we can trust on determining whether or not we're still in a bull run? And I don't know the answer to that question, but I know that the only times we've ever crashed in a bull run before have been when the total amount of net unrealized profit loss in wallets was above 75%. We didn't get above 75%. This is one of those top bottom indicators, still indicating we should be going up. So we're going to have to get back up there really quick to get this blue area, the euphoria level, and be able to make that money. It looks like now we're peaking back up into the green, and I'm feeling very, very, very favorable. And something else we can kind of start to analyze a little bit here for the next few weeks is we are trying to determine, like, are we actually in a bull run still, even though I think it's quite obvious. If you look at 2013, 2014, you can also come down here and you can look and see that, okay, there was one time after the crash, you can barely see it, that it peaked up into the green, and then it immediately got shoved down, okay? Come look at 2018. Same thing. It went down. We had a little bitty climb out, and then a crash. So when we're over here and you're starting to look, you realize that this is a much further distance away, this green dot here, from the actual other time we were in the green, not peaking over. You come here and you see that in 2018, it peaked up real quick afterwards. This was an extended mini bear market is really what this was. Now, if we go back into the brown, things are going to be a little concerning. We've got to see this green elevate and get higher up on this chart to really start feeling good, even though I feel great right now anyways. I guess I always feel great. So let's see here.
We get a lot of people here asking for an FTX trading tutorial. So I'm sure we'll do one.
Yeah,
of
we'll
those
do one for sure.
Once we get it all set up and dialed in.
So this says no change on the deposition, except there was not supposed to be much of it sealed. So even when it is filed, so it hasn't technically been filed yet, not much will be disclosed. Usually when a deposition is filed, the info becomes public. They're not going to make this one public.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty interesting stuff. Going to have to get access to that through a leak. So if you know a dripping faucet, let me know. Have little birdies everywhere. Okay, so let's move on. Crypto quant. Yeah, click on the next thing. Crypto quant. What is this? The price of. I don't know what this chart is. Bitcoin exchange reserve chart. Is that what this is? We're seeing the Bitcoin reserve go up. Is that what that is? I don't know what that is. This one is the top tier blockchain platform comparison. And you guys look and see Elrond right here at the front. There's a reason for that. Elrond is going to be a big project. You look at Polkadot, Solana, Ethereum, obviously, Binance Smart Chain. They've all had big run-ups. Some to watch are Near, Phantom, Cosmos, Avalanche, and Elrond because they've not had those massive run-ups like some of the other ones have.
Yep. I feel like Avalanche is a great project that doesn't get a lot of coverage. Not a lot of people talk about it, but it's great tech.
Cleveland Browns brown. You guys like that brown? The Cleveland Browns brown? What ugly uniforms the Cleveland Browns have.
Forever. They've
Oh
always
my
had
gosh,
ugly.
they got new ones this year, but they still are pretty much just as ugly. They look a little edgier. You think the Browns are going to be good this year? They are.
I mean, they're still the Browns.
I mean, weren't they in the They were in the AFC
They made
Championship game last year.
Did they make it to the championship game?
Oh yeah, and they were winning. They were winning,
I
and
knew
then
that-
somebody got hurt. Myles Garrett got hurt. I think they had a bad injury, if I remember correctly.
I want them to do well. I feel for the people of Cleveland. I mean,
Patrick Mahomes got hurt in that game too. That's
Yeah.
what the game he got hurt in that championship. But yeah, you feel for. I mean, look, I don't look Cleveland. I do not feel for you. I'm sorry, I just don't. You won an NBA championship recently.
well, that's true.
You know, in Atlanta, we haven't had one. If you don't count the soccer one a few years ago, and we haven't had one since 1995.
Yeah, the Indians won not that long ago either.
No, they didn't.
Cleveland Indians?
No,
Or
they
did
did
they
not.
lose in the finals?
Yes, they lost. Are you talking sports ball right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, they lost in the World Series.
That's what I meant.
Yeah, nobody calls it the finals, but they lost in the World Series to the Chicago Cubs. So who the Cubs beat.
Yeah. I knew it was close because there was people in the office next to me. There was a Cubs guy and an Indians guy. I thought the Indians won. I couldn't remember.
The championship game was Bills Chiefs, was it?
I was gonna say I thought Cleveland got. I knew they made the playoffs, but I thought they got knocked out before the AFC.
Yeah,
finals.
What?
I thought they got knocked out in the second round of the playoffs.
Yeah, I don't remember. I guess I do remember that. Yeah, it was. Yeah, so they got knocked out in the second round. So they could have easily won that game. They were looking pretty good. Okay, so an amount close to 500,000 Bitcoin has been moved between anonymous wallets and shifted by Coinbase over the past 24 hours. So this is one thing that we have to understand is when there's a difference between sending money into exchanges and wallet shuffling. Okay, we see this a lot. Now, here, you guys want some inside info? Do you think that people want some inside info?
Probably.
They want some inside info? I think they do. They love that.
You got a guy?
I got a guy. I got several guys, actually, but I do have a few that are more important than others, for sure. But you guys know there's a lot of wallet shuffling that throws monkey wrenches into the analytics of the whale wallets. Now, we have been talking about this and speculating upon this, but I got confirmation it's 100% accurate. We were seeing the wallets above 1,000, I believe, grow, and the 100 to 1,000 Bitcoin, it was dropping slightly. I did get confirmation that was because some of the larger players were diversifying their wallets so they weren't as easy to track. So basically, you know, you can't say like, oh my gosh, look, this guy just dumped the market because he had 1,000 Bitcoin and he sold them all. That's a little harder to track when you dump 400 Bitcoin from 6 different wallets over a period of 30 minutes. It's harder to track. It doesn't look like it's one person. So that is absolutely why you see some of that stuff off a little bit. But this looks like this is just some shuffling. Is that a word, shuffling? Some shuffling or some shifting. Around 44 consecutive Bitcoin transfers were spotted by Whaler, each of them carrying between 9,000 and 9,900 Bitcoin on average. These transactions were made between anonymous wallets, which could stand either for crypto whales or crypto exchanges. Largest transaction carried a lump of over 10,000 Bitcoin. Was that like $55 million? It's not really that much, is it? No, oh, no, that's much more than that. That's like 500. Well, yeah, I know the Bitcoin price. I don't know why I'm saying that. Yeah. That's like $400 million. Yeah. So I'm just so used to doing math at it being 50. Even still now. I've been living in the past. Almost 60,000 Bitcoin was moved with participation of Coinbase. Besides, 5 transactions were made with the participation of Coinbase, which went public, yada, yada, yada. Coinbase participated in shifting 60,000 Bitcoin in for transfers. Golly, 19,200 Bitcoin. Can you imagine transferring 19,200 in one shot?
No.
I could. It doesn't scare me.
Yeah.
These large amounts of Bitcoin have been moved now. The flagship crypto has managed to reinstate itself above $40,000. So pretty fun stuff. All right. Bitcoin hash rate rebounds as major miners are coming back online. I'll move the ticker there.
Mm-hmm.
Restrictions in China have forced homegrown Bitcoin miners to move out to crypto-friendly nations such as Canada, Kazakhstan, and the United States. China's stringent regulations on crypto meant closing shop for many Chinese businesses within the Bitcoin mining ecosystem. The sudden disappearance of Bitcoin miners from the grid has resulted in falling hash rates. Now, I do want to reiterate something, and a lot of people messaged me about this, and somebody's a prediction on next stream being on time. Do you not know I just moved the marker? Come to you live every day at the time
that we go live.
A lot of people sent me messages on this, including some sources and people from the community. When I said that, people in China can't just leave, right? Like, you read the story, we'll get a little more into it here, but you can't just move to Canada when you're in China. You can't just move to Kazakhstan. You can't just uproot and go to the United States. They have to allow you to do that. You have to get permission. And I don't even know how long that process is. It doesn't seem like that process could be done in probably about a month. That sounds pretty quick to me. So I don't know how much of the story is just Cointelelie, making stuff up, or how much of the story is legit. Let's get into it, though. Hashing performance, the cumulative power of the Bitcoin network dropped from an all-time high of 180 exahashes per second to 84 in just 21 days. Since the drop, hash rates increased by 21.38%, owing to the return of the migrating Chinese miners who started operating other regions. I just imagine like this large contingent of miners walking through China, getting ready to traverse the Great Wall of China. They've got ASICs on their back, and they're just
marching through.
The migration of the Chinese miners. Yeah.
They're holding them by Ethernet cords and cables.
Yeah. The resulting adjustment of Bitcoin mining difficulty translates into higher computational costs as more of the formerly China-based miners come back online. The operational costs for Bitcoin miners worldwide will continue to increase. We're seeing the crypto market enter a path to de-Chinaization. First on trading and now on computing power based on a series of stronger steps taken against crypto and Bitcoin mining last week by Beijing. At its peak, and guys, this is once again, this is just, if you can't see through all this stuff, I don't know what truth serum I can give you to make you see it. Number one, miners are not just uprooting and leaving. They're not throwing ASICs on their back and walking to Mongolia or Kazakhstan, okay? That's not happening. That's not how that works, okay? Number two, I don't care what China is pushing with the digital yuan. That's the excuse we hear, right? China moving to the digital yuan, or they're trying to clear Bitcoin out. You think China don't want that hash rate? You think China doesn't want the majority of the hash rate staying inside their digital fence? You think they just want to give that up? That's what this is about. No, China wants as much Bitcoin as it can get. China wants control. So once again, we're getting a story here, and we're still not getting the truth. Now, what is the truth on this story? Well, the truth is I do believe that on a level that there is something here called de-Chinaization of Bitcoin. I do think we're seeing that, but I think that's being handed down from the financial cartel to China. I don't think that China itself is saying hey, let's just get rid of this hash rate. If you don't know, there are forces out there much bigger than the Chinese Communist Party. We talk about them all the time. So at its peak in 2019, China contributed 75.5% of the hash rate. That is nuts. Has shown a steady decline way before the ban was imposed. And it makes more sense because more people are getting interested in this. While China's current hash rate contribution stands at 46%, the U.S. has expanded its share to 16.85%. Globally, that's good. The last time I looked at it, it was 5%. Cointelelie also covered instances where jurisdictions, including Mother Russia, Kazakhstan and Canada have seen greater involvement in crypto by offering a home for the migrating Chinese miners. As many experts agree, China's shattered monopoly over the mining industry signals a positive move towards the decentralization of the crypto ecosystem. And let me tell you this. I have no idea what China's relationship is with Kazakhstan. I think they border each other or very close to bordering each other. Okay, I don't know what they do. I don't know how they're tied together other than just geographically. But I do know for sure that China has its hooks all in Canada. So some of these people might have been given a first class ticket to go over to China or go over to Canada to start mining. Like maybe they're giving permission on purpose. They're saying, look, we're going to shut it down here. It's not good for our global footprint. Let's take a different angle. Let's move over to Canada and let's get these mining farms going over there. You're still our people. You still send money back. And then what happens after that? Trickle down to the United States. That's how China gets hooks here, is through Canada, if you didn't know that. There's a lot. You guys can look all through the internet and find all kinds of things to confirm that for sure. Any news about F2 Pool lately? That's coming from CryptoFace. I think he's making fun of me there. I don't know what's going on at F2 Pool. I know they're not dumping. We should check out CryptoQuant, see where all that stands with that. Do we still have that account?
We should, yeah.
I don't even know if we paid for it. We're very poor around here, so we got to let stuff go. Okay, so GBTC. Now, TJ, did you see Alex Mashinsky and Lark getting into it?
No.
Yeah, let's see here.
Mashinsky's been out there a lot lately,
Yeah.
making a lot of big statements. I usually tend to agree with most of his takes.
I love Alex. I like Lark too.
But I was going to say, I almost always agree with Lark too, so I'll be interested to see what they were going back and forth on.
So let's see if I can find it. Man, they were going at it.
Also, while you're looking at that crypto Ric Flair mention, we have almost 12,000 likes or 12,000 watching right now, only 4,500 likes. So if half of you could just smash the likes, that'd be great.
How many people were watching, you said?
Almost 12,000.
Oh, wow. Okay, good day today.
Yeah.
Okay, let's check out. Let's see if we can find it here.
We can definitely get to 6,000.
Here it is.
All right.
So, the crypto Lark. He goes by Lark Davis now, Alex. Just kidding. It's time you admit the truth. GBTC played out exactly as predicted. GBTC discount went to 15% negative. Bitcoin prices fell below 30K. Hedge funds bought GBTC instead of Bitcoin. That got GBTC discount to shrink to 10%. Bitcoin prices are rising. So this is what Alex said. Now, I assume that what Lark did here is Lark had made a video where he said that he was wrong about that, basically. He said, and very similarly to me, and I think this is where we get in a little bit into the minutia of things, okay? Which is, on the day of the unlock, the prices did not drop. So maybe slightly. It was the following day where the prices tanked and went from 32 back down under 30 slightly and then bouncing back up. Now, did the grayscale unlock cause that drop? Well, I think that the manipulators were counting on the FUD and the fear of the grayscale unlock to push the prices down. I think that's what they were really looking for, and it didn't happen, so they just sold the next day to manipulate it down to get it to where it wanted to be. So I kind of fall in the middle in between these two things. I haven't watched Lark's video about this to see, but Lark is somebody who I respect. A lot of people say my shirt game is now more fire than his, and I'm very excited about that.
Not today.
Today. I mean, I'm trying to be subdued. I'm trying to.
It's been a light week technically, other than the bacon shirt yesterday, because you had a dark shirt on the on Monday.
Yeah, I need a loud shirt.
Yeah.
Should I change right now?
No.
If I did, should I shake my shirt around like this a little bit?
Well,
when it's off?
definitely. And then we got to get that torque-in going again. If you guys missed it, there's
you want me to twerk for a real one?
There you go.
I ain't twerking for a real one all day, every day.
I was gonna say, if you want some footage of Ben twerking, you got to go check out Hit Network, our other channel with the behind-the-scenes stuff, and you'll see. There's the one we're posting today. It might be posted maybe right now or in the next hour or so. It's a good one.
It's where I twerk?
There's a little office hours with Ben montage in there that just shows your excitement throughout the day and random different things.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited about this stuff. Well, let's take it down here though. I thought we were already on this.
Yep.
That is the grayscale news here. The significant reversal in the GBT discount could possibly be, I mean, one thing is for sure, the discount did shrink from negative 15% to negative 10%. Someone said I should wear a birthday shirt.
What's a birthday shirt?
I think it's no shirt at all.
Or party shirt?
And then Michael Payne said, don't twerk anymore? I don't think so. I'm the Miley Cyrus of crypto YouTube.
Well, what is it that, is it the dump truck?
Let's not get into that. Golly, y'all are killing me. Okay. Look, the twerk it for a real one is I went to this place, and this girl knew I was a YouTuber, and she was real excited about that. And as soon as I walked in, she said, "Oh my God, let me twerk it for a real one." And she turned around and she went like this, literally just like that. So that's twerk it for a real one. That's what that means. That was a reference to a thing that actually happened in real life. You guys know that twerk's from Bob's Burgers, I think. Is that the show?
Yeah.
I've never watched it, but I know the meme. So, okay. The significant reversal in GBTC discount could possibly be also a signal that investors are confident in Bitcoin's recent recovery as Bitcoin trades above 40,000 after 8 straight green candles from 29.3 earlier last week. As of the writing, the negative premium on GBTC has been 5.69%, having recovered from last week's more than 15%. So now it's down to 5.69. Wow. This year, the discount on GBTC first appeared in early March and went to negative 21% in mid-May after the shares started unlocking. Also, the launch of Bitcoin exchange traded funds, or ETFs, in Canada brought down the demand for the product, which charges a hefty 2% annual fee. Aggressive bounce in GBTC discount premium after final unlocks is what happened. Surge in prices has been becoming as both spot and futures start to see buyers again. Look at gold versus digital gold here. It's $25.8 billion in assets under management that Grayscale has, down from $50 billion in mid-April when it was on track to surpass the largest commodity ETF, SPDR, which is gold. Right now, there's so much money sloshing around in the U.S., people are getting checks in the mail from the government. They're adding to their bank accounts. They don't know what to do with their money. And when they hear these rumors, there's a lot of speculation about Bitcoin. Hear about the billionaires that have been made with Bitcoin and other cryptos. They get excited and they go in. It's a matter of faith. So what I'm saying is that faith probably going to begin to break down. It will certainly begin to break down at the end of this year. We tell you guys this. We told you this for 18 months. Bear market into this year. It will be coming. Here is a story also along the same lines. A new Bitcoin mutual fund is making it easier to invest in crypto. Pro Funds is offering the product at a time when firms are clamoring to create ways for clients to grab a piece of the once obscure digital asset. Pro Funds, a Maryland-based firm, on Wednesday launched what it says is the first publicly available mutual fund correlated to the value of the largest crypto. More than a dozen investment firms have filed to launch exchange-traded funds that invest in Bitcoin or Bitcoin futures, but so far, U.S. regulators haven't issued any decision. In June, the SEC punted on a decision on whether to approve a Bitcoin ETF for the second time in 2021. B equals CUP. I don't know why he likes to watch UP, but I bought GBTC through my 401k and made 25% in a week. Insane return for the stock market. Yeah, that is insane. I thought a good one was like 0.5%, right?
Yeah.
All right, listen. Here's a question. Here's a question. Give me a month and a year. When do you think is Ben an Atlanta Reign fan? Is that our lingerie team?
Isn't that the soccer team? No, that's Atlanta United. What is the Reign?
Well, this is dangerous what I'm about to do. I think it's our lingerie team.
Is it I feel like I knew what this was at one point. Oh, it's Ontario Reign is the minor league.
Oh no, this is gaming. This is a gaming team. I don't know anything about it. An Atlanta gaming team.
Interesting.
Wow. Okay, so that's not what it is. What is the Atlanta Lingerie Football League? It's the Steam. It's the Steam. Reign, Steam. It's the same thing, isn't it? It's just a different form. Well, it's different spelling, but that's beside the point. The words are the same.
Okay, but what were you about to ask?
Okay. I want month and year that somebody already clipped it.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to be kidding me.
That's going to be an NFT.
What month and year will the first ETF be approved? And you agree it'll be Grayscale, right?
I imagine it will be Grayscale.
I want a month. I have a month, I think. I want to hear what you think.
The big question is if I think it's going to... I don't. I think I'll go. It's either I've got two. It's either towards the end of this year, like November,
Okay.
or first quarter of 2022 is my guess.
Okay. I'm going with January to May. 5 months. I'm going with February of 2022. What I think this is going to be. Somebody said the Hawks are going to win the 2022 NBA title in BitBoy Arena.
Let's go.
I want a stadium. I do want a stadium.
Well, I think we like if
we're a ways away from it, but I think we'll get there.
I like that question about the ring because I think if we're going to go to the sports team route, starting with esports because it's easy to acquire, it fits right in. I think that could be the first thing we move towards, and then start working our way up.
Yeah, no, I like that. I think that's good.
Yeah,
I think the ETF will be approved February 2022. Reason being, because I think that will be the final dead cat bounce as we go into the full depths of the bear market.
That's when they suck the most out of retail.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and February traditionally is, well, no, not necessarily a good month, but it was this year a good month. So when you look at February of next year, I think this will be the last hopium, and it's going to get approved, and then it's going to shoot straight back down after that. We might get a 30 or 40% bump over a week or two, and then it'll go back down. So February 14th prediction, I predict Valentine's Day will happen on that day. Speaking of Valentine's Day, Polish influencer, or is it a Polish influencer?
Definitely Polish.
It's a Polish influencer. So she does nails, and she's really big into polishing.
Yeah.
Polish influencer sells her love online as NFT for $250,000. Why aren't they already doing that on OnlyFans? Don't they already do that? You don't have to pay $250 for it. An influencer from Poland, Marta Rentel. Let's see what she looks like. Let's pull her up. Let's check her out.
Oh boy.
Not check her out. I mean, let's just see what she looks like. That sounded bad, probably. Okay. All right. So this girl is selling her love. This is her. She is selling her love. She looks like a nice girl. Looks like she, I don't know, doing some yoga, got back from the gym or something. Who knows? She got a lot of stuff going on there. So that's who we're talking about here. The Polish influencer sold the digital love for $250,000 and is set to have a dinner date with the mysterious buyer. I don't know if he's ever heard of, and never mind, I'm going to stop. This is too easy. This is too easy. Much easier than having to pay $250K. As the NFT craze continues globally, a Polish influencer, Marta Rentel, recently sold her love in the form of an NFT for some Austrian dollars, I guess that is, $339,000, which equals
that he'll pay.
I bet he will.
I bet he
Don't
would.
you have a girlfriend, Crypto Face? You've already got. Oh, just for the NFT. It's just for the NFT.
Right.
Rentel sold her love as an NFT with the ongoing fuzz. The ongoing fuzz around NFTs.
Buzz.
It should be buzz, which has attracted several notable individuals. It was revealed that the buyer of the digital love is currently unknown. I'm sure he's on crypto Twitter. However, the 26-year-old influencer will go on a dinner date with a mysterious buyer upon the completion of the transaction. Statement to Business Insider, she clarified that her online persona is different from her actual person. That's very true. Most people you will find are not the same that you see on the interwebs. But here at BitBoy Crypto, you get me all the time. I don't have a different online persona. If you watch our Hit Network videos, you will know that. In a statement to Business Insider, she said that the difference between the online person, Marty Renty, and the actual person, Marta Rentel. Nothing on the internet is physical. It's part of my online persona. What a scam. Polish influencer said she's always wanted to be the first woman to do something innovative. If I am to become digitally complete, this is so, I can't even with this story. If I'm to become digitally complete, look, Marta, I'm sure you're a nice girl. You look like a nice girl. I'm sure you're a nice girl. I know you got good intentions, but this sounds really creepy. Just got to say it. Whoa, DJ, stop. Come back to me for a second. Come back to me for a second.
What's up?
I'm just sitting here thinking.
Uh-huh.
I'm just sitting here thinking. Now, the audience knows I'm a very, very happily married man. I love my wife I love my wife more than anything in the world. She is absolutely incredible. people that work out talk about it all the time. I'm so thrilled to be married. I love my life. I wouldn't trade for anything. We've been married for 12 years this year. But you, on the other hand, are not married. You are single, and from what I hear, ready to mingle.
Uh-huh.
Why don't we sell your love as an NFT?
No.
We could even come up with physical expressions of it that we could box with it.
I don't know if that's a good idea.
We could take one of your hairs.
Oh, gosh.
What? You know, if you're into voodoo, you want to do a love spell, come on and bring it to TJ.
No.
Now, look, ladies, you have to know this. You have to know this, okay? You have to know this. Listen, TJ's online persona is much different than his offline persona to Jay.
That is true.
He's another one you only get one of, so. So we're going to do this. Can we do this? Can we sell your love? Don't you want to be digitally complete?
I do want to be digitally complete. That does sound nice. So.
Oh, they said you're blushing. Wow, this is really good.
Let me see. It's just the lighting.
Oh, it's just the lighting. It's just the lighting. NFT trend does not seem to be dying down anytime soon. So look, if y'all think we should sell TJ's love, I want y'all to put hashtag sell TJ. Hashtag sell TJ, and then throw some lipstick at the end if you know that emoji. NFT trend does not seem to be dying down anytime soon. Celebrities, including athletes, artists, football clubs, and more, are now exploring the NFT space. On the 25th of July, Shopify president Harley Finkelstein said the company would allow its merchants. We talked about that yesterday. That's a really big story. TJ, do you think we should auction off a date for you?
I mean, maybe. It's probably not a bad idea. It's terrifying. I don't love the idea, but it's probably not a bad idea.
Everybody wants to sell you. Everyone wants to sell you. I'll take it. Now, it's a high price tag, but I'll take a Bitcoin. Somebody gives me a Bitcoin, I'll sell you off.
That's what somebody says. I don't think I can afford it. and we all know you're going to come in and outbid anybody at the end anyway because you'll get jealous.
Know it. You already know it. That's why you're my partner.
Yeah. Life partner.
Just partner. We'll leave it at that. Yippee-yi-yi, cowboy.
Wow.
All right, crypto users double in 6 months. Research carried out by Crypto.com identified more than 220 million users of crypto by the end of June. You guys know we love Crypto.com. It's a company we work very, very closely with. And you guys can see on our deals page here, if you guys want to check out Crypto.com card, you can head on over to bitboycrypto.com/deals. And then you can scroll here. You get $25 for free when you get the card. I use it everywhere.
This is what I was worried about.
TJ's going to end up on a date with another dude. It's all guys in crypto.
Yeah.
Look, ladies only. Now, if the ladies, well, no, you can't have a significant other. Lady, if you want to go on a date with TJ, you got to be single and ready to mingle. I want to see some mingling on this date.
I know you do.
Now, we're going to
send Frank with me.
Yeah, Frank's going with you. And I'm going to be at the corner table.
Of course, with binoculars and a listening device.
Yeah, well, people won't recognize me. I'm just the old guy on the channel that makes videos.
Yeah, that's right.
So they're not going to recognize me. They're just going to know you. Yeah, I think there could be something to this. I may want to explore this. Mm-hmm. Somebody says, can they short TJ?
No. Well, you can, but you'll get wrecked.
So Crypto.com says that the on-chain data and other parameters to compile the figures, more than 220 million users of crypto by the end of June. So that's a huge number. February to May was particularly active, with numbers surging from 203 million to 106 million. Much of the growth during May, when China clamped down on Bitcoin miners, it tightened. Let's see. Elon Musk comments about Bitcoin led to some adoption of altcoins, which was interesting. Share of altcoin holders increased from as low as 20% of the total between January and April to about 37%. What's really interesting is thinking about how the Bitcoin dominance, the dollars equal, like the users, like we measure dominance instead of dollars, if we measured it by users, this is actually saying that it would have closer to 63% dominance right now in users. I guess it can't be in wallets. There's more Ethereum wallets than Bitcoin wallets. I don't know how they actually track that. So
maybe it's transactions.
Damon Carney says, guy or girl, just highest bidder, open-minded. So I don't know, TJ. May have to appease both sides here. Maybe we auction you off one of both.
Oh God, no.
We got to be careful here.
Yeah. Yeah.
We just got our channel back.
Yeah, we just got deleted literally last
I'm
night.
supposed to pull back today, and I can't.
Shocker. Swing trade, TJ, somebody said.
The figure compares with the 9 months it took for the user base to reach 100 million from 65. The growth we've seen in the first half 2021 on our platform industry-wide is very encouraging, and we will continue investing heavily as we pursue our goal of putting crypto in every wallet. It's from CEO Chris Marzalik. Now, here's the thing. Oh, Shannon Sharp says dating is no fun, TJ. Just stay single.
Yeah.
I like being married. Like, a good way to not be single is to be married, too. I've learned that.
That is true.
I would hate to be, it wouldn't work out well for me. The digital dating these days, there's no way if I was single, I would be able to navigate that. No, not a chance. 0% on that. So, yeah. Okay. So the thing is, when it comes to this story, when we're talking about crypto.com, is that there's no way that this, in my opinion, that this increase of users leads to what some people will call a pulled back bear market, right? Because we've got so many users now, the prices won't drop as low. Well, we know that's not true. When this was at the peak, the price dropped 55% in a day, okay? But the thing is what you have to understand about the way that the users work in the bear markets of crypto products. It's like a delayed snowball kind of, right? Like you get this snowball, starts rolling down a hill, you get all these people, and then all of a sudden half the snow falls off the ball. But there's still some people left. And then it starts rolling slowly again. So what we have here is every single bear market, we are losing a ton of users. But the people that really believe in crypto, the passionate ones, the ones that still watch this channel, watch other channels, even when the prices are down, that's the key metric. The amount of users who do not leave the market in the bear market, that's the key. We all know prices are going straight up. We all know that eventually prices are going to go up, so people love the money. But when they crash down, who are the people that believe? And the amount of people that stay on that snowball is really the true key metric on how we have to measure adoption. Everybody wants to use crypto when it's hot, when it's high. Will more users now translate to larger bull run on next cycle? Now that's a yes. That is a yes, because you have to have a ton of people coming in to make that market cap keep going higher and higher. I mean, look, if we want Bitcoin to get to $1 million, what is the math on that? Do you know?
The amount of dollars we need in Bitcoin.
Is it like 11 trillion? No, it's much higher. I think it's like 20 trillion.
Well, it would probably depend on the circulating supply at the time, but approximately.
Let's say 19 million. What's 20 trillion divided by 19 million?
Yeah,
Somebody do that math and put that in the chat.
Hold on.
Or you can do it.
Yeah, I can do it. You
Okay.
said 20 trillion divided by 19 million?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
You sound like an accountant. He's an accountant.
Yeah.
I said he didn't have an OnlyFans.
Well, that's 1,052.
1,052?
Yeah, that can't be right.
No, that can't be right either. Yeah, it's hard doing the longer problems sometimes. Because maybe, I'm not watching you do the calculator. I'm waiting for somebody to put it in the chat. But that can help us figure out exactly what Bitcoin would be at a $20 trillion market cap. So, okay, so let's go ahead and move on to the next story, though, while we're at this. Is this the last story of the day?
There's got something here, Bank of America.
Crypto. Oh, we're on the Bank of America story, aren't we? Okay, I see. All right, well, we did have this Lolly raising $10 million. If you didn't know, Lolly is a company that allows you to earn money back for Bitcoin. How does that make sense, though?
How does what make sense?
If it's $20 trillion, are we doing that math wrong? The supply by 19 million?
Well,
1,052 is the answer, but that's
what
not.
I kept getting too, but that's not.
That doesn't make any sense. Because obviously Bitcoin wouldn't be worth $1,052 at that point. So maybe we're leaving off a decimal or something. So I think somebody said it's 1.05 million. Okay, there you go. It's 1.05 million. That's where that number comes in. We had to move some decimals. So $20 trillion market cap would be $1 million Bitcoin. If we're going to get to a $20 trillion market cap, we need way more users and way more people. Now, it depends on if it stays at that level. We might see some actual, long-term adoption, and that's good. But Very interesting stuff.
So Lolly, do I use it? It's an extension that you can put on Chrome or Brave that basically helps you get rewards, cashback rewards, and Bitcoin when you make purchases on the internet. That's basically what it is. I have used it in the past. They had just did a mobile version, and I don't use mobile. I don't. That's what I buy stuff more, and I haven't installed the mobile yet. But I don't do a lot of online shopping. I hate ordering stuff online. I get other people to do it.
So non-traditional.
Yeah.
Somebody said they loved Mac and Cheesy on Around the Blockchain yesterday. I love Mac and Cheesy. He's a great dude.
It's a fun name, too.
Yeah. We got some more people from TikTok coming over, I think, to do some Around the Blockchain stuff. So, but guys, here's the point. They raised $10 million. I like Lolly. I've used it before. I don't use it much anymore, just because I'm not doing my own shopping anymore. I have an assistant that does a lot of stuff for me. But the interesting thing is when you really look at who actually invested in this, the venture company Animal was founded by social media moguls Noah Beck, Josh Richards, and Griffin Johnson. Lolly further detailed that investors like Baron Davis, former NBA player, Kenny Beecham, no idea who that is, Logan Paul, and Chantel Jeffries participated as well. Is that Chantel Jeffries? Who is that? I think
that's another TikToker, right?
No. Yeah, she is another TikToker. I was thinking she was somebody else. Maybe she's a DJ. I actually don't know who she is. Isn't there another Chantel, the West Coast girl? What's her name?
Yeah, Chanel West Coast.
But that's not her real name, obviously.
No, it's Chanel.
I thought maybe this was her real name. I didn't know.
No.
She's actually a little bit older, too. I guess she's not in that young club anymore.
Nope.
And when you look at the people who invest in this, it's very interesting stuff because they are newer kind of TikTok, people. And this means that this Lolly message is resonating with the younger crowd, which means they are interested, obviously, in being able to get those kinds of rewards back in crypto. So
it's also just really smart by them. Obviously, if these people are invested and incentivized to spread the word for the app, they get, it's going to blow up. People are going to start using it like crazy. So it's a combination of strategic partnership, marketing, and, investors. Yeah. It's very, very well done.
We've had Alex on the show and on New Money Gang a couple times. We like Alex Edelman. He's the guy behind Lolly. So
love Alex. He's always been very supportive of us and very encouraging about everything we've ever done. And he's great. He'd
come on my show when I didn't have anybody watching. So that's off to him. Bank of America, FTX, Coinbase Ventures joined $300 million investment in Paxos. Now, so this is pretty interesting, but I do want to get back around to a statement that I made earlier about FTX and not knowing where their funding came from. I did get some information on that, actually. That Coinbase Ventures and Sequoia Capital actually were a large part of that $900 million raise that FTX did. And if you didn't know, Coinbase, Digital Currency Group, and the Financial Cartel, Sequoia Capital, huge financial cartel investing group. So the financial cartel is now getting behind FTX. This is definitely one to watch. So now that they put this $300 million investment into Paxos, let's see, New York-based Paxos is a low-profile but increasingly important player in the crypto industry. And this is one that TokenMetrics always loves Paxos, everything they do, which has always been interesting to me. The TokenMetrics front runs a lot of stuff. They kind of sometimes know exactly what's coming down the road. Like they've called many projects very, very early on, and they haven't all panned out. But I've been waiting for some big news around Paxos, and here we finally may have gotten it. New York-based blockchain company announced on Thursday 4 high-profile investors have joined the $300 million Series D round. Most notable of these is Bank of America. Second biggest bank in the U.S., is not a major player in the blockchain space. It's weird because I hear them making comments about it all the time, but signaled its growing interest in the technology when it tried out Paxos' rails, their payment rails they're talking about, to clear some stock trades in May. Another of what Paxos is calling strategic investors in its Series D round is Coinbase Ventures. The other two investors who joined are FTX and Founders Fund. I don't know anything about Founders Fund. Maybe somebody could send me some information on that. Sam Bankman-Fried's exchange is now constantly in the news, from expensive sports marketing deals to buying out one of its biggest early investors to pledging carbon neutrality. Founders Fund is the venture capital firm of Peter Thiel. Oh, well, here, they told me about it right here. It's a venture capital firm of Peter Thiel, the iconoclastic. What? Who says iconoclastic? Is that a word?
Apparently.
Iconoclastic? Peter Thiel, he's in that Elon Musk, the Muskrat Mafia. who invested in SpaceX and Palantir, funded the lawsuit that brought down the blog Gawker in 2016, and that was Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan's who brought down Gawker. Did you know that?
Nope.
They published, I think, a sex tape he did.
Oh, wow.
And that's what took down Gawker. That was the biggest blog on the internet at the time, I believe. Very interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
You can't just, publish whatever you want to publish.
Can't go after the Hulk.
You can't go after the Hulk. He prays and has kids eat their vitamins.
Yeah.
I love that guy. I was a huge Hulk Hogan fan growing up. I always loved Hulk Hogan.
I'm not surprised.
Loved Hulk Hogan. Why? Why are you not surprised?
I don't know. You just seem like the type that would love Hulk Hogan.
America.
Yeah.
Hulk Hogan always loved America, boys.
That's right.
The dual investments of FTX and Founders Fund show how much money can transcend politics and crypto. Thiel is a staunch conservative, while Bankman-Fried was one of Biden's biggest donors. I'm hearing number 2 biggest. I heard it was number 1 originally, but as for Paxos itself, company is not as buzzy as many others in the crypto industry. Since it's not consumer-facing, it provides crypto services to PayPal. So it's doing a lot of stuff kind of on the back end, okay? I want you to see what's happening here. And what is this story? Bank of America also called CBDCs more effective than cash. In research note, this doesn't surprise me because I've already told you we're going to deflation. They're trying to tell people to get out of cash when in reality it's not going to be a bad idea by the end of this year to be in cash. So something to pay attention to. But I want to go back to this because you can't see what's going on right now. And I've already established financial cartel behind FTX now. They are now in the club. And so what you're seeing is you're seeing Paxos, a company that works on the back end, that sells business to business, payment rail, technology that apparently works pretty well. So they're on the back end. You got Coinbase, which is the customer-facing number 1 exchange in the world or number 1 exchange in America that offers, has the top stable coin in the future, which is USDC. Very friendly, very beginner-friendly, easy user interface. The portal for people to get into crypto. They ask me, what do you want me to download to get into crypto? I say, download Coinbase. Now they've got FTX. It will probably be the leverage trading site of choice from the financial cartel. They're getting all their ducks in a row. You got to start looking at all these digital currency group holdings and investments as a big picture. You can't look at the small picture. You can't look at one investment they made and say, oh, well, they bought this because of this. You got to see how the puzzle fits together, and we're trying to do a good job of doing that. Right now, by the way, we got 10,600 viewers, 6,300 likes. We made the 6,000 like goal. Thank you to everybody for hitting that like button for us. We certainly appreciate you all. Guys, last night when the channel was taken, it was a little scary, but I felt like I had the numbers to get it back. The outpouring of support on Twitter was absolutely phenomenal. We want to say, to the BitSquad, we love you guys so much. We are family here. You guys know that. Hope maybe if there's some people out there struggling with some stuff, if you're struggling with addiction or, you need a change in your life, if you go back to the beginning of this video, I talked about what I went through, 14 years sober today. So make sure to go check that out if you're tuning in late. I love you. That's all I got. Be blessed. BitBoy out.